Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing Edmonton Oilers franchise here on Mama's Basement. It's episode number 58. Exciting times for the Oilers. We only have 5 games left on the season. 1 home game and then 4 straight road games to end the year. We've got Arizona twice and then at San Jose, at Vancouver, and at the LA Kings. We come in 85 points in game number 78. In the first period is where we pick this one up against Arizona. It's Sekera. Sekera brings it into the zone. Sekera will skate it behind the net into the corner, and it is held up there. Sekera comes away with it. He's going to try to back it out to the point. And here is Nurse. Nurse over to Pouliot, and Pouliot to Letestu, and Letestu scores. Mark Letestu's 3rd goal of the season. And we go to the second period, Oilers leading 1-0. Midway through, here is Connor McDavid. McDavid gets it down deep, and it is going to be dug out there by Arizona. And then the forecheck from Edmonton gets it, and it's Pouliot who scores. Great forecheck there by the Oilers, turns into a goal, and it is 3-0 Oilers midway through the third period now. Arizona wins the draw in their zone, kicked around the boards, picked up by the Oilers, knocked away. Here's Lucic. Lucic trying to get it back into the middle. The puck is loose, and it is still loose, and here's Lucic. He scores. The loose puck right between the hash marks eventually ends up at the stick of Milan Lucic, and he's able to score. The Oilers go on to win this one 6-0 over the Coyotes in a total blowout. Talbot, 22 saves, and a shutout for him. Letestu with a goal. And now we take a look at the standings and see where we're at. We are at 87 points. We are 4 points off the pace in the Pacific Division, and we are only 1 point behind Dallas for that final wild card spot. And we will check out the standings after every game in these final 4 just to keep tabs on where we are at as we come down this race to see if we can make the postseason. So this game we will pick up in the third period with the Oilers leading 4-3, 9:40 to go. And here come the Coyotes. Slap shot from the point goes over the top of the net, and it is handled by Edmonton. We're on a power play here for the Yotes, and that one a nice pad save by Talbot, and the Oilers are going to clear it out. 6:25 to go. This one sent around the boards into the corner. Oilers try to clear it. The power play is over, and we are even strength. Here's Verbata back to the point. To the middle, shot off to the right side. And here come the Oilers, and it's sent in. 19 seconds left, and the Yotes are pulling their goaltender. With 15 seconds, the Oilers have it. Deep in their zone, they get it out to Yuri Talusti, and Talusti scores in the open net, and that will ice the game. 5-3 is the win for the Oilers, the final score in game number 79. And amazingly, all 3 stars are for the Coyotes. 3 assists for Ekman Larsson, Verbata with 1 goal and an assist, and Niederreiter with a goal and an assist. So let's revisit the standings in the Western Conference. We are now 2 games behind the Calgary Flames for the 3rd spot in the Pacific Division, and we still are staying at 1 point behind the Dallas Stars. And we are keeping pace with them for the final wildcard spot. We go into game number 80 on the road at San Jose. They are the top team in the league with 103 points. And we come away with a big, huge win. 5-0 at San Jose. Their spot, they have clinched, so they may not have been playing for much. In game number 80, we get the win. Let's look at the standings again. Teams are starting to eliminate themselves. The Central Division is set. It's Chicago, Nashville, and Minnesota. We are still alive. We're 1 point behind Anaheim in the Pacific Division, and we have moved into the wild card, a tie with the Calgary Flames, 1 point ahead of Winnipeg and Dallas. So it's a tight race as we head into game number 81 against Vancouver. They have nothing to play for except for pride, and this is, I believe, their final home game of the season here in Vancouver. So they want to send their guys out the right way. Ryan Miller will start in net for the Canucks, and Cam Talbot will go for us as we get the highlights going in the first period. Goodbranson has it for the Canucks. They're going to skate it in. Here is the shot from the point. It is blocked away. Into the corner, Daniel Sedin has it. Sedin trying to go cross ice. Shot saved by Cam Talbot. Into the corner, Eriksson. And the Canucks cannot come away with anything there. Here's Berchi. And Berchi is right at the front of the net, and I think it might have been knocked in by a defenseman. They're going to give the goal to Berchi, and Talbot can't believe it. Those aren't the kind of goals you want to give up in a game of this magnitude. You can see that, I believe it was Maroon that bumped into Talbot and knocked the puck into the back of the net. It's 2-0 Vancouver now. Here's Cassian. Cassian back to Fane. Fane shot from the point, and it goes past Ryan Miller for the goal. 6th goal of the season for Mark Fane. And with 12:26 to go, it's a 2-1 game. We're still in the first period. Here come the Canucks. Vancouver behind the net. Back in front. Shot scored! And just soft defense there. Brandon Sutter with the goal, and it's 3-1. 50 seconds left now in the first period. High scoring period. Here's Henrik Sedin out to Eriksson. Eriksson tries to send it in. It bounces off an Oilers skate. Here's Eriksson along the half board. And Daniel Sedin right in front of the net. Again, soft defense. And it is 4-1 Vancouver. This is a nightmare for the Oilers, who are fighting for playoff spot, fighting for their playoff lives. Second period now. Still 4-1. Here comes Nugent Hopkins. 6:55 to go in the second. Nugent Hopkins back to the middle to Lucic. Lucic shot saved by Miller. Very nice place for the shot, but Miller is able to stop him. 4-1. Vancouver with the lead. Knocked away. Back to McDavid. McDavid rings one off the post. After the turnover, McDavid just narrowly misses, cutting the lead in half. 11 seconds to go in the second. Here's Eberle. Eberle back to the middle. Nugent Hopkins scores. With 6 seconds left in the second, a very important goal will give us a chance in the third period. Down by 3 would be tough. We did manage to get one at the end of the second, so it'll put us in better position. Canucks on a power play now. 12:30 to go in the third. And here is Connor McDavid out in front on a shorthanded opportunity, and it is stopped by Miller. But the Canucks go on to win this game 5-2 and put us in a very tough position. Brossoit would come in after the first period in place of Talbot, and he would finish off the game pretty good. Let's look at some other scores of interest. The Kings beat the Ducks 6-3. The Preds beat the Flames 3-0. The Flames have lost like 3 in a row. Their point total hasn't moved in a while. Winnipeg loses to the Stars 5-4. So the Stars have moved back into the top wildcard spot, while Winnipeg holds down the tiebreaker for the final playoffs or final wildcard spot. Anaheim has clinched a playoff spot, but it will either be a wildcard or the Pacific Division, as Edmonton and Calgary are still alive for the Pacific Division. So before we get into the last game, let's look at some scores. Winnipeg beats the Blues, so they move to 93 points. And the Stars lose to Minnesota, so they stay at 92 points. And the Flames lose, so they stay at 91 points. And we are also at 91 points. So Calgary has been eliminated. They don't have any games left. Winnipeg moves into the top spot of the wild card. And it is very simple for Edmonton. Win the final game of the season against Los Angeles, and we are in. Lose, and we are out. But then it will determine what Anaheim does as to whether we will be in as a wild card team or in as a division team if we win this game. If not, it doesn't matter. So Jonathan Quick will start in net for the Kings, and Cam Talbot will go for us. Game number 82 is underway. The playoffs are on the line. They pretty much start today. Here's Andreoff, and the shot saved by Cam Talbot. Look at this. Saved by Cam Talbot. Right in front of the net. Trying to keep Edmonton's playoff hopes alive. Fane back to the middle to Beck. Beck's shot is high. Cassian in the corner. Cassian back to Stallberg. Stallberg has it knocked away. Stallberg over to Fane. Back to Beck. Beck back to Cassian. Shot saved. And it is covered up by Quick. So we have a penalty now on the Kings with 6:13 to go in the first period. It's on Michael Lotta. with 1 minute left in the power play. 5:08 to go. Here is Eberle. Eberle carries it in. He's going to circle back. Send it back to Larson. Larson over to Eberle. Right in front of the net is Connor McDavid, and he scores. Power play goal for the Oilers. How Connor McDavid snuck behind everybody to get right in front of the net, I will never know. But the Oilers go up 1-0. We've got another penalty on the Kings with 1:13 to go. Tanner Pearson will go to the box for tripping. Halfway through that penalty, Sekera over to Nurse. Back to Pouliot on the right wing. Pouliot skates it into the circle. Nugent Hopkins, shot saved by Quick. And the Kings get it out. There's 2 seconds left. 1 second. And this shot goes high. And that's the end of the first period. The Edmonton Oilers leading 1-0. It's win and you're in, lose and you're out for the Oilers. With 17:40 to go. Behind the Kings net. The Oilers get it. Back to the middle to Lucic. Lucic right to the front of the net. McDavid with the loose puck, and Connor McDavid is putting us on his back. Second goal of the night for Connor McDavid. He just skates to the net. Good things happen. Get pucks on net and get to the front of the net, and good things happen for the Oilers. And now Beck puts another one in the back of the net. It is 3-0 Edmonton. 9th goal of the season for Taylor Beck. Face-off won by Connor McDavid, and the shot scored by Clefbaum. And the floodgates are opening. The Kings are in the playoffs no matter what, so they didn't have much to play for in this game. Third period, can the Kings put up a fight? They're literally going to try to, as Muzzin comes over and tries to take Adam Larson out, which he does. Both players are sent off on penalties, but it manages to fire up the crowd and his teammates as maybe they start to get into a little bit of a playoff form as Tyler Toffoli scores on Cam Talbot just a mere seconds after that fight was won by Muzzin. 13:50 to go now. Kings down 4-1. Shot saved by Talbot. Oilers trying to hold on for 13 minutes. Shot scored. Beautiful shot, beautiful placement in the top near side by Derek McKenzie, his 3rd goal of the year. And it's 4-2 Oilers with 9 seconds to go. The Oilers are going to come away with a win, and we are headed to the playoffs, folks. And now we just have to wait and see what Anaheim does in their game, their final game of the season against the Kings. So we win this one 4-2. Connor McDavid with the first 2 goals to get us off on the right foot. Cam Talbot had 31 saves. McKenzie had a goal for the Kings. So we escaped game 82 with a 4-2 road win against the Kings. And now we have got to take a look here at the standings. We have clinched a playoff spot with 93 points. Anaheim still has 1 game. If they win, they will go to 94 points, and they will take the 3rd spot in the position, which would push us to the wild card. If they lose, then Anaheim will take the wild card, and the Kings managed to beat the Ducks in the final game of the season. So this is what it looks like. We do take the 3rd spot in the Pacific Division, and we will face the Los Angeles Kings, who we just beat at Staples Center in the first round of the NHL playoffs. As you look at the rest of the teams, that is how it winds up. Winnipeg and Anaheim win the wild card. Anaheim got the tiebreaker over the Stars. They both had 92 points. Minnesota and Chicago will play. Let's look at the Eastern Conference. Toronto, with 99 points, wins the Atlantic Division. Washington, the top overall seed in the Eastern Conference, with 101 points. Florida and Buffalo, Philadelphia, the Rangers, and then the Islanders and the Pittsburgh Penguins are the wildcard teams. Let's take a look at the way the brackets look. The Minnesota Wild will take on the Blackhawks. Starting off in Chicago, the Jets will take on the Predators. Starting in Nashville, we will head back to Staples Center to take on the Kings, and the Ducks will be at the Sharks to start the NHL playoffs. Over in the Eastern Conference now, the Rangers will start off at the Flyers, a big one with the Pens at the Capitals. The Sabres at the Florida Panthers, and the Islanders will head to Toronto to take on the Maple Leafs. Those are your playoff brackets. This was Edmonton Oilers Franchise 58. We finished up year number 2. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the NHL playoffs. And I am stoked that we were able to make it. It came down to the final game of the season, but we're in, and anybody that's in has a chance. We lost in the first round last year to Vancouver, and we'll see if we can do better this year. Episode 59 will be Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.